This question is asking us what would happen to Phil's labor demand if he goes from paying his workers $60 to having to pay $70. And so this is a question of whether there essentially is there a shift or a movement in demand for labor. And so one way to look at it is to remember that when we look at a demand curve for labor, it is the marginal revenue product or the value of the marginal product of labor. That's what dictates the amount of labor that we demand at any price for workers. And so when there's a change in the wage rate, it's a change in price. And a change in price means that we go from one point on the curve to the next. The curve itself doesn't change. What causes a shift in this curve is when there's a change in the price of the good that you're producing, because then the value that you're producing for each worker either increases or decreases depending on the change in price for the good itself. And so in this case, what we're talking about is Phil facing a change in the price of labor, not a change in the price of the product. So the demand for labor won't change, neither increase nor decrease. The quantity of labor demanded won't increase because it's more expensive to hire workers, and so the quantity of workers he needs will be less, so it won't be C. We look here at D. The quantity demanded of labor decreases, but the demand for labor curve does not shift. That's accurate. He'll want to hire fewer workers, but the curve itself doesn't change because he's still only getting $10 per print. And so the answer is D. There's definitely going to be a movement along the curve because of the change in price, which is why E isn't true.